kitchen. I am going to cook dinner, and I realize I have a pan sticking up in the air over here. Let me move that. It was drying. Okay, I got to get this over here too. All right, my kitchen. So here's my stove, and I am going to make tonight something for lunch tomorrow after church, even though we're not going out to church, but still after we watch it live, then we still have to eat lunch, right? It's going to be for me and my mother, and it is going to be sweet and sour chicken stir fry. Do you like sweet and sour chicken? I love sweet and sour chicken. I could just drink sweet and sour sauce. I love sweet and sour chicken. But you know, sweet and sour chicken, if you buy that in a restaurant, it's usually really, really fattening, really high in calories because of the breading and because they usually fry it. So I'm not making that. I found a recipe several years ago. Actually, I found this 2005. I love to date stuff because I know how old it is. 2005 in a Woman's World magazine. That's how one of those little magazines you get at the checkout stand. It's called Woman's World. I love that. They give you good recipes. They have all kind of stuff about natural stuff. They have good stuff in that magazine. I love that magazine. So this was a recipe they had in there, 2005, called sweet and sour chicken stir fry. It's not bread chicken. It is not fried chicken. It's really calorie friendly. I even figured it out one time. It has 268 calories a serving. That's not too bad. If you don't want that many calories, don't eat a full serving. But I think it's about, the way I had figured out, it's about a quarter of it. I think this serves about 4 people. Depends on how much you eat. But that's what I'm going to make for you today. Something I haven't made, sweet and sour chicken stir fry. Now, normally I cook white rice and serve this over white rice. I am not going to make the rice today, though. I'm not going to make that till the morning because rice is not that good left over. It's better when you make it fresh. So I'm not actually making the rice, but I'm making all the other stuff. So let me take this right here, and I'm going to turn you around. And there's my cabinet. Isn't that exciting? Hold on, let me adjust. Let me adjust. And then I'm going to replug this in, so you can see what I'm doing. Okay, there we go. And I got to replug this phone in a different plug because this will not reach where I had it before, and it's turning on me. Hold on. Hold on, everybody. Hold on. Okay, there we go. Here's where I'm working. Let me just turn that down a little bit more. Okay, so the recipe calls for 12 ounces of cooked chicken. You cook it and you cut it into pieces. You can cook it however you want to cook it. I usually bake it. You can boil it, you can bake it, however you want to cook chicken. Just don't fry it because then you're adding calories. But if you want to, you go ahead. But I baked the chicken, and this is all white meat chicken, but you can use whatever you want. I already cut it up into little pieces. It's all ready to go once I get the other part done. So if you start with cooked chicken, the rest of this isn't going to take you very long. So there's my cooked and cut up chicken pieces. That's the equivalent of like 3 or 4 chicken breasts. But it's 12 ounces. That's like 1.5 pounds. Okay, so then it also calls for 1 20-ounce can of pineapple chunks and heavy syrup. You don't have to use the heavy syrup. It's sweeter and tastes more like sweet and sour if it's the heavy syrup. I could not hardly find heavy syrup in the store. Everything was pineapple juice. And it's supposed to be pineapple chunks. I couldn't find the pineapple chunks, but I got slices in heavy syrup. So I am going to chunk it. I'm going to make it pineapple chunks. So the first thing you do is you drain this juice and save it because you're going to use it. So start opening your can of pineapple. Pour the juice off into, this is why, like to say, you need the heavy syrup one so it'll have enough sweet for the sweet and sour. If you can try it with the pineapple juice one, it may be sweet enough for you. You might like it better. Or you can probably add some sugar if it's not. But this is the heavy syrup. Then I'm going to take these pineapples. Since it's supposed to be chunked pineapple, and it is sliced pineapple, because that's all I could find. And I'm going to just cut them so they become chunks. So I'm going to take all this out. Now, if you're really ambitious and you want to use fresh pineapple, I suppose you can. But then then I would say you need to buy some pineapple juice. Okay, so there it is, 20 ounces. It's 20 ounces either way. So I'm going to cut it into chunks myself. Hopefully. Woo! There it goes. Falling down. See it. I'm got leaning towers here. I've not done this before. You can find the chunks. But this way you make it as big or small as you want, I suppose. All right, quit falling. There we go. So here we go, pineapple chunks. Oh, that one fell. You know, it's going to have to fall to be cut anyway. Go ahead and fall. There you go. Be happy. Got a little bit more juice in there, so I'm saving that juice in that measuring cup because we're going to use that. So don't pour that juice down the drain. Just cutting my pineapple to get this ready into chunks. And if you buy it already in chunks, if you can find that, it's just they were out. And of course, you do not have to do that. And I'm just getting a little bowl because I'm going to have to use this cutting board. Oops, I'm dumping it on the floor. Pick it up, put it in the bowl. This is almost more the size of tidbits than chunks, but that's okay. I like smaller bites. Okay, there we go. There's my nice cut up pineapple. Let me get the ones on the floor here. Just throw those away. Can't help but make a mess. Okay, so there's that. Then it asks for 2 tablespoons of cornstarch. I mean, not, yes, no. 2 tablespoons of soy sauce. Then we get to the cornstarch. So here, this is a 2 tablespoon measure. This is my soy sauce, and you're going to add it to this juice that was in the pineapples. You can use the lower sodium if you want. This is just the regular. This is 2 tablespoons in this right here. So there we are, 2 tablespoons of soy added to your pineapple juice. And again, just set that aside again. Then you're going to need a little oil in your pan. It says canola oil, but I've gotten where I'm using, this is coconut oil because I've heard that's supposed to be healthier. Every time I hear about oil, it's some different one is healthier and some different. The one you were using is bad and a different one is healthy. So right now, this one's healthy, coconut oil. This one says a tablespoon of oil. So you don't need a whole lot because you're doing like stir fry. Tablespoon of oil. And you're going to like stir fry your vegetables in here. Okay, so let's get pineapple. You don't need to really cook that. You're going to heat it, but you don't have to cook it. Then it says you're going to need an onion. I'm actually going to turn on my vent for a minute. That actually keeps me from crying, believe it or not. Now I have just kind of a piece of an onion. Calls for an onion. Kind of do whatever you want. You can leave the onion out if you want to. And I'm going to just slice it down. Now if you have an extra special way you like to cut onion, you go for it. You can probably do it better than I do. That's fine. This is not a professional chef way of cutting onion. This is the home cook way of cutting onion. So there's that. Then I'm just going to kind of... Now if you don't like I said, you don't like onion, you can do it real small where you can't tell it's there, or you leave it out. But I'm going to cut it in kind of big chunks because my mother and I like onion. I don't like raw onion, but I do like cooked onion. There's still a little bit of the core there. I'm going to take that out. There we go. So then there's our pieces of onion. And that's like half of a big onion. So it's not going to be an overly amount of onion. There's my little bag to throw away those pieces. Alright, so I'll set that aside. Then it says you need a cup of vegetables. Now you can put whatever vegetables that you want in there. I usually put carrots and green pepper. And of course the onions are vegetables too, but carrots and green pepper is usually what I like in this. And so here's a carrot, and you need a cup total, so that's like a half a cup of each. So here's another measuring cup. Then I'm going to peel a carrot. I don't know how much that's going to be yet because it's been so many years since I've made this. I don't remember if that's just one carrot. Depends on the size. I don't know. We're going to see. You don't have to be that exact with it. I kind of like the vegetables, so if we have a lot of extra vegetables, I'm not heartbroken about that. Alright, so there's that. Cut that. And let's throw away the peel. In there with the onions, my little trash bag. Okay, then I'm going to... now you can slice this however you want. If you like it on the angle where it makes bigger pieces, you can do that. I'm just kind of do it this way. However you want to cut it, you go for it. It's going to taste the same no matter what you do. Okay, so I got my pan heating over here with my oil. I don't want that to be smoking. Let's see how much we're doing here with this onion. I mean, carrot, onion there. This is an onion. You try doing a live cooking one time. See how well you talk. See how often you call a carrot an onion. Okay. Let's see how much that is. Oh, that's not bad. Not bad. I kind of like a little extra. Let me get another little carrot. Oh, here, this is like a broken piece of carrot. I really want a little bit more than that. See, I really like carrots, so. You see, you can just kind of adjust this how you want to. There we go. Cut off the ends. Throw away the pieces. Got my water over here. Hold on. Drink of water, drink of water. Okay, so let's cut this carrot. It's sticking together. Come on. So if you want something different to cook, because I know everybody, aren't y'all sick of cooking the few things you know how to cook by now? Yeah. So we all have a tendency to cook the easy, go back to it, habit things we do over and over. And I haven't made this in years, even though I've had that recipe. Had that recipe for 15 years. Okay. So that's supposed to be like half a cup of each. And that's a little more than half, but that's okay. So I'm going to take this green pepper. Cut around the top. And I do this, I think I cut this different every time I do it. But you can pull out the seeds that way. And this part is perfectly good. Right there. So just cut it into chunks. It's interesting how the sweet and sour sauce will make this, because green pepper is a little bitter. It will make it sweet. It's no longer bitter. And again, however you want to cut it, I'm going to cut a ring. I don't know how much I need. You know, sometimes I like to adventure into a new way to cut it because I'm bored. I'm tired of cutting it the right way. Let's do it a stupid way. sometimes come up with a good way of doing it that way. Still a few things of seeds in here. So let me get those out and this will be a lot easier. I don't have to fight with that. I'll stuff a membrane in there. Okay. Get rid of all that. Got my little trash bag over here. It's the bag I had my onion in. I'm going to slice me another ring. This knife does not want to go all the way through. There we go. If you don't normally like green pepper, you might like it in this because it sweetens it up so much. It almost, to me, makes it taste like a sweet pickle. Okay. Let's do a little bit more. You can just go ahead and cut the whole green pepper if you'd rather, because unless you're not, you know, if you're not going to do anything else with it, you might as well eat it. This one has a little bit of a mark on the bottom. And if you don't like that, you can use red pepper. You can use anything. Use whatever you want. I think I'm going to go ahead and use this. I'm going to cut off that bad spot. Because, you know, like I say, otherwise, what am I going to do with it? I don't usually do a lot with green pepper. I do have a few recipes, but I probably won't make something with green pepper next week. And it won't last that long. I can just go ahead and cut it. I'm going to have to do something with those carrots now because I have a whole bag of carrots. Okay, so then you're going to saute or stir fry these vegetables. And this is really hot right here now. So let's put that in. The oil in the pan. Let's get this is a bamboo spoon. Now you don't really want to add salt to this because we have soy sauce. If you add salt, ooh, it's going to be salty. So don't do that. Here, let me do that. We can see what I'm doing now. Matter of fact, let's move it closer. You can see my pan over there. I'm going to put my onions in. I just wasn't sure how hot that was, and I don't want to burn the onions. Then you got to start over. Okay, the onions, because it was just starting to smoke, and if you put onions in a real hot oil, you're going to have black onions. Okay, I'm going to wash that off my hands. I washed my hands before I started, by the way. Now washing them again, because I have onion all over them. Alright, so then you may need to turn it up depending on how hot it is. You know, you want it kind of sizzling because you want to stir fry. Now while that's, and if you have a wok, you know, do it in a wok. That'd be great. I don't have a, I used to have a wok. I don't know what happened to that. I don't know if I still have it around here somewhere, or it might have rusted or something. I don't remember. That's okay. This is a skillet. Skillet works just fine. But if you have a wok and you want to use a wok, then you just go for it. Okay, now, if you want, you can leave this out. But if you want it a little spicy, you can put some red pepper flakes in it, which I have here somewhere. And that's not them. Huh. There they are. Oh, how I could miss this. Look at it. Yeah, how did I miss that? Okay, so this red, you can either that or add cayenne pepper. You do not have to add this at all, because this will make it a little spicy. If you don't want it spicy, don't put it in. Just, you know, 1/8 of a teaspoon, 1/4 of a teaspoon. You can put as much as you want in there, depending on how spicy you want it. I don't want to make it too spicy, because I don't think Mom's going to want it super spicy. But she doesn't mind a little tiny bit. Okay, so there we got that sauteing. Then we're going to take our pineapple, heavy syrup pineapple juice and soy sauce mixed, and we're going to take cornstarch. And we're going to add 2 teaspoons of cornstarch, and this will be our thickening. I'm just reading my recipe here, make sure I do it right. Oh, here's this. Okay, 2 teaspoons of cornstarch. Oh, I know I was wanting something in here. I want this little whisk. Look at this little thing. Isn't he cute? I have a little obsession with dishes and kitchen gadgets. Just a little bit. So I'm going to put in 1 teaspoon and 2 teaspoons of cornstarch. So that will thicken our sauce. Then you just take and whisk it together. Cornstarch will usually completely dissolve and not leave lumps like the flour does. This is going to make a really nice sauce. You can already tell. Looks like gravy, doesn't it? Okay. Let me check my vegetables over here. Okay, they're getting nice and soft. And then what we're going to do is we're going to add, let's see what order it tells me here. Okay, so I'm going to add the pineapple and that syrup mixture. Bring it to a boil. Boil it till it's thickened, which doesn't take more than a minute. Then we're going to stir in the chicken. And you're going to reduce the heat to stir it until heated through. That's it. I mean, that's it. Okay. So let me see. I want to make sure these carrots take a while to soften. And they are not there yet. It smells so good. I just love the smell of onions cooking. They make everything smell so yummy. Okay, let me put my other carrots away. We'll have to eat those next week. I need to get me a little more water. Almost out of water here. I meant to fill that at first and forgot. Had it open and everything, just didn't fill the water to it. And it's okay to leave the carrots a little firm. give some, you know, nice texture to it. You don't want them like raw. But if they still have some texture to them, they're still firm, you know, that's good. Just basically do it how you want it. But I love this one since I've been losing weight. I love this one because it isn't really high in calories. I say if you buy sweet and sour chicken, I love sweet and sour chicken. But if you buy sweet and sour chicken from a restaurant, because they bread it and because they fry it, is really high in calories. And I find that normally I don't like diet food, but I have found I actually prefer this without the breading. You don't really need it because of all the flavor in the sauce, and I love pineapple. I'm going to try one of those carrots. I want to see how crunchy they are. Just a moment here. So this is sort of like a diet food without really being diet food. Just kind of pretend diet food. Ah, I lost it. Hold on. Oh, that's not bad. We're getting there. And that coconut oil is actually supposed to be good for you. And what I have read, like I said, unless they have changed that science since I last heard, that's what always happens to me. I heard canola oil was better for you than vegetable oil. And then I heard, no, canola oil is not really that good for you. Then I said, you should be using olive oil. Okay, so I was using olive oil. Then I recently heard olive oil is only good for you if it isn't heated. And once it is heated, it then becomes bad for you, like all the other bad oils. I'm like, oh, really? Okay, so then what oil is supposed to be using? Well, now they say use coconut oil. That one you can heat. So until they tell us that that's no longer true, that's what I'm doing. So I'm going to go ahead now. This is add the pineapple. I'm adding in the pineapple, the chunks of pineapple. You can see it has a lot of pineapple. I love pineapple. I actually like, if I'm eating just pineapple, in this dish the canned is fine, but if I'm eating pineapple, don't give me canned pineapple. I had fresh pineapple. I don't know why I never had it before, but I never really liked canned pineapple, so I didn't think I liked it, so I never tried fresh pineapple, because I always think, oh no, I don't like pineapple. I had it in a mixed fruit bowl one time, and it was real light colored. It was almost white. I didn't know what it was. I asked the person, what is this? And they said, well, that's pineapple. I'm like, no, it's not. And they're like, yeah, that's pineapple. I'm like, it doesn't look or have the texture of pineapple. They're like, well, that's fresh pineapple. I'm like, you're kidding. This is fresh pineapple? It was the best thing I'd ever had. Doesn't taste anything like canned pineapple. No, it does not. But in a cooked dish, I'm okay with the canned in a cooked dish. But if you want to make it fresh, you go on and make it fresh. But you are going to need some pineapple juice. Okay, so let me turn that up. Because that pineapple, well, it wasn't cold, but it was not hot. Kind of knocking my heat down here. You see we have a lot of vegetables in here. So this is, and fruit. Fruit and vegetables. This makes us a pretty good dish. And since the chicken is not breaded or fried, oh, avocado oil is used for hot. I've never tried avocado oil. You get it at Aldi for $6.99 a bottle. Taste is mild. Really? And that's supposed to be healthy for you heated, huh? Is that better than coconut oil, or do you know? Or say every time somebody hear about it, it's different than the last thing I heard. I'll have to look for that, though, because, now see, I don't like the taste of avocados, but if it doesn't have a strong taste, then it doesn't matter. Because I don't like coconut either, but I'm using coconut oil. Because it doesn't taste like that, so I have to try that one. But yeah, I know the olive oil, they say, should be used like for salads and stuff, but it shouldn't be heated. But coconut oil can be heated, so apparently avocado can too, huh? Alright. You know, I haven't been to Aldi. I've heard about it. I need to go. I didn't realize we had one here. I knew there was one in Bonita. And somebody else mentioned to me the other day, oh yeah, we have one here. I'm like, oh, I need to go. I need to go. Okay, so then, after you've got your pineapple and your vegetables in there, you're going to add your pineapple juice mixed with soy sauce. Again, if you want to use the low sodium, you can. This is soy sauce, pineapple juice, and cornstarch. And then you put this on and you bring it to a boil. So this is what gives you your sweet and sour. Pineapple juice and the soy sauce. That's your sweet and sour sauce. You just bring that to a boil, and then you're going to add in your chicken, and then you are done. And I would serve this over rice. You don't have to serve it over anything if you don't want to. You just want to eat it like it is. But if you want to make it a whole meal, I usually serve it over white rice. But I'm not going to make that till the morning. Mom likes rice a lot, so I'm going to make that in the morning. Now, if that's not enough juice for you, if you want a lot more gravy or juice or something, I would add some more water. Add maybe a little water and cornstarch, and it'll just make it go a little further. Or if you have any extra pineapple juice, you can add more. I don't have any more pineapple juice. I think I've just added water before. Okay, but there we're boiling. See, once cornstarch boils, it will be thicker. And it's like, poof, you're done. This may need more sauce, though, because I kind of like a lot of sauce on with the rice. But I'll probably just add the water. Okay, so now that that's heated, then you're just going to add this chicken till it's heated through. This chicken is not cold. It's room temperature. Well, it's actually still slightly warm because I just baked it. This is baked chicken. So it is not fried. It is not breaded. And I've noticed a lot, like if you get the Chinese sweet and sour chicken, they put more bread than chicken. You find a little microscopic piece of chicken. It's probably cheaper for them that way. And a whole bunch of bread. You're not getting much chicken. And then you get some weird squiggly little piece of chicken that doesn't even look like chicken. I'm not real sure what that is. But now if you go to P.F. Chang's, they have one called General Tso's chicken that is spicy like sweet and sour chicken. That is, it's just real lightly breaded. It is still really fattening though. Oh, and it is so good. But this is not going to be that fattening. And then once that heats through, which is like now, you're done. Look how easy that was. Quick, easy, pretty healthy. Pineapple juice. Now, it isn't heavy syrup. Uh-oh, sorry about that. I hit the wire. Sorry, I put you on a roller coaster ride. This is the pineapple in heavy syrup. You'd rather use the juice. It just won't be so sweet. But you can get, you can find this in the pineapple juice easily. All of them have that now. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and turn it off because this is done. And it is ready. I'm going to put it, once it cools, I'll put it in the refrigerator till tomorrow. We'll reheat it tomorrow. And then serve it over rice. And poof, dinner. It's got vegetables, meat, everything in it that you need. If you don't want meat, you can, of course, leave that out. You could put in tofu. You could put in, if you have a meat substitute, of course, you can do that. But there is your, I think, considerably healthy, easy meal. The longest thing that is baking the chicken. And you can do that, put it in the oven and just go sit down and rest for a while the oven does the work. And then cut it in chunks. And then, mixing up this other stuff is really fast. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and go. I hope you all try this out. I will put the recipe in the comments and, of course, a picture of this as well. And you all have a good night. Bye.